All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to More Content Talk. That's the only show that cuts through all the glam, the glitz, and all the bullshit to bring you the truthiest news that we can find. And tonight, I have a very special guest returning on More Content Talk for the first time in a long time. After a very long, restful, much needed vacation. Melissa Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Welcome back, Melissa. Welcome back.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't just like someone I hired to be on the show a couple times to pretend I was like with this. She's back. And remember, there you go. Okay. So, how's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your hibernation?
Yeah.
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 It's been really cold in San Jose where we are. Colder
it's
than
been
usual,
cold.
even though it never really gets that cold in California. But for us, it's cold, so Melissa has been sleeping. Right?
Yeah, we do this outside, so there were a lot of days where I just wanted to sleep. But I'm here now. So hi.
Hi. All right. Well, so it's almost, well, I mean, it already is the new year in a lot of parts of the world. We're in California, so like we're like the last ones. So the world's not going to end. So, return all the hoarding stuff that you bought last month because it's not going to end. I know you wanted to, and I know you bought all that toilet paper, but sorry, you don't need it. Try to sell it to someone, maybe. I don't know. Probably not going to work either. Used to be, there was a time where if you did stupid shit like that, you could sell it on eBay, but you can't do that anymore. They'd be like, no, there's germs all over this fucking shit. Get this shit out of here. You're going to kill me. Amazon will take it, though. Amazon will take anything and sell it. Jeff Pesos. Jeff Pesos. Give me the pesos. So, everyone obviously is probably podcasting and doing a show about, we're so thankful for the year, or it's either that or it's like, this year sucked, and it's like one or the other. So, like, I figured we'd try to meet somewhere in the middle. Not really in the middle, kind of like on third base, somewhere way far away from there. I just thought we'd talk about how stupid of a year it was. It was a really stupid year. I can't say it was a bad year because I got to spend more time with my family. And I almost died in 2019, and I didn't almost die this year. So I can't say it was all that bad, unfortunately. And I know that's, like, ironic considering the circumstances. But, this year I didn't almost die. So it's a step up. It's one step up. Maybe a half step, but it's still a step up. We're going in the right direction. We're not moving backwards. We're not doing what the South is doing. So it's good in that sense. So what do you think was really stupid about this year?
COVID and toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Is anything more specific than that, or just those three things? That's it. Hand sanitizer. What's stupid about hand sanitizer? Why does that come to mind?
I read.
You read?
I read
Oh my god.
a lot of weird stuff about hand sanitizer, about how people were hoarding.
Oh yeah.
And the companies were trying to fill like orders for hand sanitizer and stuff like that, and they didn't have everything they needed for it.
Right.
So companies were cutting corners on ingredients for hand sanitizer.
Oh
and
yeah,
they were, like,
yeah.
using unsafe ingredients, so there was like this.
Oh yeah, like
thing
people
with,
died.
Hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
people were
They got
getting sick
poisoned
and
because of
dying
hand sanitizer.
because of hand sanitizer.
Yeah, that actually really did happen.
Crazy stupid.
Believe it or not.
Stupid.
I think there was like lead or something. Yeah, that's what it was. It was lead that was in the hand sanitizer, and as you may or may not know, lead can seep through your pores and eventually makes its way up to your brain and kind of kills you. So yeah, that's not a good idea.
Not good.
Yeah. So that was stupid. So hand sanitizer in 2020 was stupid. We got one out of the way.
Stockpiling toilet paper.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I've talked about that on this show several times because that really bothers me. I think what it is people are full of shit, so they need plenty of toilet paper, to catch it all. Clean up after themselves, especially on Twitter. There's all kinds of shit all over Twitter. YouTube is way worse, actually. Twitter's a little better than YouTube. There's nothing but shit on. I made a joke earlier. I said, in the old days, they used to call YouTube Bob Jones University. Because there's nothing but conspiracy theories, stupid Christian nonsense on there. Anyway, not even like fun, interesting Christian stuff, like weird Jesus was an alien and he built Egypt Christian stuff, like way, way off. You don't even know what you're doing on YouTube anymore. I remember when YouTube was fun. YouTube used to be fun. Now it's just a bunch of curmudgeon-y people yelling at each other. My worldview is better than yours. No, that's preposterous. That's every video on YouTube now. Like you're living in the 19th century. Anyway. So yeah, YouTube got really stupid in 2020. YouTube just completely caved and became this stupid maniac network where people were screaming at each other. Anything else?
Nothing to think of right now.
When we hit the toilet paper.
Yeah.
So, I guess since we're talking about stupid, we can talk about all the people who are still obviously ignoring the pandemic and.
Oh boy.
All the people who, I find it very fascinating. What do you think that is the allure of being dumb? Because there is a kind of, it's almost like it's a necessity. Like people need to be stupid. Like it's not that. Because I think this is one thing I disagree with a lot of people today who talk about things like, oh well, generally people are I don't know, what do they say, they're generally smart, they just get I don't know, askew a little bit in their views. No, I think that there's just a lot of dumb people, and I don't think that they necessarily are born dumb. I don't think they need to be dumb. I think that they want to be. They kind of relish in the fact that they're dumb, and they like it because it's easy and maybe even a little cool. Because like you think about it, most of the characters in the movies that you see and you like, they're the good characters, kind of stupid. They're kind of like dumb kind of characters, funny guys, and then women and people. So I mean, I don't know.
I see what you mean.
I don't know if like maybe like this is the age of stupid. Like this is like they're really celebrating just stupidity now. I mean, there's been talk of that. What do you think about that? Let me tell you the reason I say that. The reason I say that is that Donald Trump was recently voted the most admired man in America. Yes, that's actually true. And it had been Obama for years. I think he had won like 11 times or something like that continuously. But this year, Donald Trump beat Obama by 3 percentage points, which is pretty decisive. I know that sounds small, but that's quite significant. That's a large number. And so Donald Trump, 18% of Americans said that's their most admired man right there, Donald J. Trump. Wow. So that's why I say this is kind of a renaissance for stupidity, because Donald Trump is the stupidest person alive. So what do you think about that?
Wow. That's crazy. I'm not sure. But I definitely agree that Trump is crazy.
He's very dumb, yes. You can say
and
stupid.
Crazy.
It's fine. You don't have to protect his feelings. I mean, he's irrelevant. He's a stupid, dumb former president, lame duck. And he was stupid the whole time he was in office, but now he's even dumber because now he's not president anymore, so he just looks like an idiot. But the thing is that people admire this guy, and I think I know why. I think I understand it. I think it's, hey, he bullshitted his way through life. He half-assed his way through life, but he still made it. He still got there without having to go through all the bureaucratic bullshit, all the work, all the, well, you got to fill out this form, like with my like unemployment, and well, you didn't fill out the right form, so now you got to wait for 3 months to get it. That type of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, Donald J. Trump is the type that just be like, all right, I just won't do it, and then I'll sue you and make shit up, and then I'll get twice the money.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that there's an allure there. I think that people are like, hey, these stupid guys that people in the media, they'll say all the time, these are the stupidest leaders we've ever had. And then you're thinking to yourself, well, why don't I just be stupid? And then I'll get some money. Joe Rogan, that's what he did. And Kanye West and all those guys said, you know what? I'm going to get in on this dumb action because, being smart doesn't pay the bills. And I think that's what a lot of these people do. I think some of them really believe it too. But I think that there are some who are faking, and I don't pretend to know who it is. I just think Joe Rogan is dumb, so I make fun of him a lot. Kanye West too. But they could be. You don't know. You don't know them. You have no idea how sincere these people aren't. That's the point. And so one point is as valid as another, really. Like, they could sincerely believe it, or they could be making it up. Either way, they're exploiting the infatuation with stupidity. It was funny, like, I saw someone online today who their basis behind their claim was that, the wisdom of the wise is not always wise, basically. Which is like a triple run-on sentence. Number one, it was an automatic fail for me because I used to be a teacher. I said, that's not anywhere near English. I don't know what, like you said the same word like 3 times. I don't know. It was a really stupid thing. But basically what they're saying is, be afraid of people who sound smart. Be afraid of people who can tell you what to do in dangerous situations. That's a bad thing. No, it's not. It's not a bad thing. I know it's cool right now to be dumb. And like, people are very infatuated with, hey, like, we don't have to have conventional wisdom or whatever. And like, that's cool to an extent, but you still can't be stupid. Doesn't give you an excuse to go around acting like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is an idiot. You know why Donald Trump can act like Donald Trump is because he's got a whole team of assistants around him. So as soon as he screws up or he fucks up, then, the doctors are right there. Like, oh, shit, he swallowed bleach. Pump his lungs out really quick. You don't have to tell him. Forget it. He probably doesn't know half the time he goes to the hospital, Like, you don't know how many times this guy goes. He told people to drink bleach. He probably believes it. And he probably tried it, and they probably had to, like, do, like, CPR or whatever you do when people drink bleach, pump his stomach. You don't know how crazy this fool is.
It's true.
So this is a stupid man. I mean, that's my point, and that's why I said, like, the whole presidency, the whole year was based on relishing in being dumb and, like, thinking you can, make a whole lot of money and not do any work, which is basically what conservatism is. Conservative economics, anyways. We'll just save all the money. We'll just put it in a vault, and we won't do any work. And, we won't pay anyone, and it will be great. And then it all collapses, which is stupid. So I guess, like, the reason a lot of people want to be stupid is because they can make money. I guess maybe that's one reason.
This allure of being able to get away with anything.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like, you kind of have, like, a God complex. Like, you can, like, do whatever you want. You don't have to, like, read the big words or, like, say the big words or, listen to the teacher. You just come. You're like that. You're like that Biff character, in Back to the Future. Like, hey, I don't want to learn. I'm a cool guy. That kind of stuff. And it's funny, by the way, you hear people celebrating where we
I
are,
can hear people already.
which I thought would be kind of cool, actually, because like you'll be able to hear fireworks and all kinds of stuff out here. So if that's what you're hearing in the background, it really is actually New Year's Eve as we are recording this. So, Happy New Year!
Yes, Happy New Year.
It's been really cool. We've only been around for a few months. I know that a lot of other podcasts have been around for much longer, but it's been really fun. I mean, talking to y'all, and I just wanted to say that really quick. We're not quite done yet, but before I forget, thanks. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. We weren't planning it, but the year was so stupid. We had to work with what we had. So, but yeah, I just see 18. Isn't that crazy though? 18% of people admired Donald J. Trump, and only 6% said their most admired was the president-elect Joe Biden. That's a little disconcerting, don't you think?
That's interesting.
People like the guy who said COVID wasn't real 3 times more than Joe Biden.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
That is really weird. I don't know, like, maybe Trump is just allowed to get away with whatever he wants, and so I think people are like, wow, I wish I could do that, I wish I could do whatever I wanted and just get away with it. Like, maybe...
I think you're right. I think there's no punishment for these guys, really. They get away with whatever they want. They do whatever they want. Screw people over, come in. No one can touch them. And people admire that. I think that's a really good observation because a lot of people admired Al Capone and guys like Jimmy Hoffa, who they were really, thugs. They weren't really anything special. I mean, they used a lot of brute force to get what they wanted. They, had that kind of tough guy persona that's, a lot of people would call toxic nowadays. If people were walking around doing that, it's not so cool anymore. And I think what Trump did is he kind of brought that back, like, I'm a tough guy, like kind of shit. And so, yeah, he just kind of pushes people around. And again, it's a very dumb, brute kind of way of handling things. Oh, I'm going to come in here and use my, magic ego to push you around and bully you until you submit, basically. And so, yeah, I think that people admire that in a way.
Yeah.
I think that they want to be able to do that, and they know they can't, and they can live vicariously through this guy.
It's another... It's something that people also look forward to getting older. Like, they talk about getting old and being allowed to be, like, grumpy or being allowed to be, like, curmudgeon-y.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's that type of thing where you're allowed to get away with stuff that other people aren't generally allowed to get away with.
Yeah, and people admire that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember making fun of my teachers in class, and people really liked it. Right? You were there.
Yeah.
Some people decide to use that for good. They attack the establishment. People like George Carlin, people like that. But then there's guys like Trump who they use it for the opposite.
Yeah.
They'll pretend to be attacking the establishment, but really what they're doing is they're building their own base, and they're plotting and trying to advance their own agenda, which a lot of times are even bad for the people who follow them, which a third of this country, they don't get it, but what are you gonna do? I mean, I guess they're fucked. I don't know what to say. If you're gonna be stupid, you're gonna be stupid. As a great person once said, you cannot fix stupid. You can't force people to make good choices. You can make suggestions and all you want, but I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to be who they are. And, you know, with this level of false information that's out there, and it wouldn't matter if you censored it or not. It really wouldn't. You know, with the level of paranoia that there is in society, you're going to have people believing in all kinds of crazy shit. The Nashville, it was suggested that the Nashville bomber believed in the lizard people conspiracy theory. So there you go again. But I think that's another allure of stupid, is that it's a very primal form of behavior, and it allows you to harm the people who've harmed you. There's kind of a myth out there that people are just walking around happy, right? But we know that people lie. They lie about that. They're not happy. A lot of people work at jobs they dislike. A lot of people are alone. They feel alone, even if they're with people. That has nothing to do with being with anyone. A lot of times, you just feel that way. So these theories, you know, what they do is they offer a sense of comfort. And religion is the same, because now there's a purpose. Now there's someone guiding your life, and it's not you, and you don't have to be concerned with it anymore. And that's the allure of this kind of primal behavior, this kind of idea that you can just take what you want, and you know, there's this imaginary force that's pushing you toward it, and you're the hero of your story, which is, you know, humans invented stories. So yeah, it's not really a story, it's real life. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about people wanting to return to a more simpler time? You hear that a lot. What are they talking about when they say that? Or do they even know?
That's a good question. I don't think people know. I think that people see how other people are, and they just want to be that way. You know, like the grass is greener kind of thing. Yeah. Without really even thinking about it sometimes. I think people just kind of want something different. Yeah.
I think it's a really good point. I think a lot of times people are looking for difference, but they're not really aware of what it is they're striving toward. And a lot of times it's not pretty. Like, you know, it sounds nice to talk about living a more, I don't know, natural life, like let's all buy a farm and all this stuff, but it's a lot of work. You're out in the middle of nowhere, there's no hospitals, and then something like this comes along, and say you're living in a community where, hey, you know, we don't give a fuck about mass, we know everything, we've developed herd immunity, it's fine. Yeah, nah. And what I think another thing you're really seeing here, because, yeah, it's funny, people say herd immunity or whatever. Herd. It's interesting because people are always very tribal, right? And so you're talking about herd immunity, and this is a group of people who used to argue against herd mentality. But then they're talking about herd immunity, and now I have herd immunity. Think about it. Doesn't that blow your mind? Like, these are people who criticize people who go in with the crowd. Go in with the crowd. And you'll always find that people who talk about, I'm different, I'm an anarchist, look into it. No, they're not. They do the same shit that everyone else does. It's just that they do it around a certain group, right? So, you know, you got the Crips and the Bloods, just like you got the Democrats and the Republicans, and it's the same thing. And you can try to, you know, dress it up, and, you know, you're wearing a suit instead of Carl Kanai. I don't know what people in gangs wear now. Who knows? So it's all gangs. It's all a bunch of tribes running around, and I'm this, and this is my profession, and and we're better because blah blah blah. You hear it all the time, and it's really just that tribal, primal, stupid attitude. Because the reality is, you all need to work together, and we've seen that with this year. If we don't work together, then we're screwed.
There are problems. Yeah.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
How are we going to overcome all the challenges that we're going to face from this pandemic if we continue to separate ourselves and be pompous and make ourselves seem so much better than everyone else. And if we continue to go down that road, we're going to get dumber and dumber. And eventually, societies don't collapse. It's humans. They destroy them. And that's what will happen. So you want a New Year's resolution you can really keep? Don't be stupid. Don't ever be stupid. It's not okay to be stupid. Anyone who told you that it's fine to just go around like some loudmouth jackass, guess what? That's an idiot. And you should not listen to idiots. So that should be everyone's resolution. Let's all try to be less stupid this year.
Try to be a little bit more intelligent in 2021.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing to strive toward. Just more, just less, dumb. Because it's getting a little ridiculous watching you all in Walmart screaming at each other like a bunch of apes. I thought we were supposed to be evolving. It's so funny, like, everyone's always talking about, well, the United States is this really high-tech, super-duper fancy nation. And then you get here and it's like, what the hell is this crap? It's like I'm in fucking, I don't know, the 1930s or some shit. Anyway, you have anything else you want to say, Melissa, before we sign off here?
It's been fun being back. It's been nice. It's cold.
We're glad
outside,
you're back.
But
yeah, that's why I'm gonna wrap it up.
But
otherwise, I'd stay out here all night and film like 8 shows and just like be done for the week.
But yeah, I missed it. I'm glad I'm done hibernating.
Okay, well, we're very happy to have you back, as I'm sure are all the people who listen to us, because I'm sure they get tired of listening to me talk all the time. Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year.
May all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Do you know the rest of it?
No.
You fail so miserably. You should know the rest of it, because then we could sign off in like a weird...
Be forgot.
And never brought to mind. May all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Yeah. All right, that's it. Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Give me a kiss. Bye, everyone.